Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the videos.
The topic that we are going to discuss now is white hydrogen. What is white hydrogen? Let us understand, and why is it in news? Two scientists in northeastern France have discovered a substantial deposit of white hydrogen, which is considered one of the largest concentration of this energy source ever found. Okay, so they have found it in northeastern part of France, and they have found a substantial deposit of white hydrogen, which is considered to be one of the largest concentration of white hydrogen ever found. Okay, now we need to understand in detail about what is this white hydrogen and what are the different types of hydrogen we have. This is what we'll be discussing here. Now, this white hydrogen also referred to as natural, gold or geologic hydrogen. Very important, it can be asked like this. Okay, it is also called as natural hydrogen, gold hydrogen or geologic hydrogen, and it is naturally produced in the earth's crust, and it is considered to be a potential clean energy source, which is very important. Okay, how is it clean? Let us understand in the upcoming slides. Next is, although abundant in universe, it is typically existing in combination with other molecules. That is why the extraction of these white hydrogen is becoming a difficult task. Though there is a lot of reserve of white hydrogen, but its extraction is being a difficult process here. Why is hydrogen a clean source? Now let us understand that. Hydrogen, when burned, only produces water, making it an ideal clean energy source. That is because it produces only water as the byproduct. Okay, and then hydrogen is a very clean source here. Next is, industries with high energy demands like aviation industry, shipping industry and steel making industry could benefit from hydrogen as an alternative to renewables like solar and wind. Actually, now we are moving from fossil fuels to solar and wind energy. Okay, so this alternative fuel or alternative renewable fuels are being like they are emerging these days. We are improving their technologies. Okay, but then this white hydrogen will serve as an alternative to these renewables. Okay, next is, the most commercially produced hydrogen is derived from energy intensive processes which are powered by fossil fuels. But then now at present we are producing hydrogen, but then they are all commercially produced and they are energy intensive. That is because they consume a lot of fossil fuel. We are producing hydrogen, but then in the production of hydrogen also we are using fossil fuel, which is not a good thing. Again, it will be having a carbon footprint. Okay, so this must be avoided. That is the reason why white hydrogen becomes important. There are different types of hydrogen based on, like, it is categorized by its colors. Okay, not the color of the hydrogen but the process by which it is made. Based on that, the classification is differentiated. Okay, so the first one is green hydrogen, which is produced through electrolysis. Okay, so it is produced through electrolysis, electricity is used, and the electricity here is sourced from renewable sources. Okay, like solar, wind and tidal power. Then only it becomes green hydrogen. Electricity is used, one thing. Next is, but then the electricity is sourced from renewable sources, then only it is green hydrogen. Next comes gray hydrogen, which is generated through fossil fuels. Okay, like coal and gas, and this is going to currently, this accounts currently for 95% of the total production in South Asia, which is very huge. Okay, so we are heavily dependent on gray hydrogen at present. And then we also have blue hydrogen, which is produced using electricity just like green hydrogen, but the electricity here is generated by burning fossil fuel. Okay, but they also have technologies to prevent the carbon released in the process from entering into the atmosphere. This is also important. They are producing electricity here from the fossil fuel, but then the carbon released in that process is not released into the atmosphere, and that electricity is used for production of hydrogen here. Okay, if such is the situation, then it becomes blue hydrogen, whereas here it is altogether a different situation where renewable sources are here used. Here fossil fuel is used, but then the carbon dioxide or the carbon emission is not let into the atmosphere. That differentiation we must have to understand. Next is brown hydrogen. What is brown hydrogen? It is produced using coal, okay, especially coal, where the emissions are released into the air. Okay, that is brown hydrogen. Next comes pink hydrogen, where it is generated through electrolysis again, but then it is powered by nuclear energy. These are emerging technologies now. Okay, so what is pink energy? Sorry, pink hydrogen? It is generated through electrolysis again, but then the electricity here is got from nuclear powers. Okay, nuclear energy. And then nuclear produced hydrogen can also be referred to as purple hydrogen or red hydrogen. Okay, next is turquoise hydrogen. What is this turquoise hydrogen? It is made using a process called methane pyrolysis. Okay, if hydrogen is made through a process called methane pyrolysis, then it becomes turquoise hydrogen. Thus, here in this methane pyrolysis process, hydrogen and solid carbon is formed. Moreover, we also have yellow hydrogen. What is yellow hydrogen? It is actually related to the green hydrogen that we already saw. Okay, in green hydrogen, they are using electricity from renewable sources. But here in yellow hydrogen, they are using electricity, but the only renewable source that you are going to use is solar power. Okay, so it is a relatively new phrase for hydrogen made through electrolysis using solar power only. Okay, if it is sourced through solar power only, then it is yellow hydrogen. Any other, like any form of renewables if used, then it becomes green hydrogen. Okay, so yellow hydrogen will be a subcategory of green hydrogen only. So these are all the details which we need to know. Next is, now coming back to the topic, that is white hydrogen. White hydrogen is naturally occurring geological hydrogen which is found in underground deposits, and they are created through fracking. Fracking is actually fracturing, also called as fracturing. Okay, so fracking process, they cut open the rock and then they will be extracting. Methane is also extracted using such processes, and even here white hydrogen is extracted through such process. Okay, and what are all the advantages of using white hydrogen? First thing is, it causes no carbon dioxide emission when used as fuel, because it is a clean fuel. The only byproduct that it produces is water. Okay, next is, it is compatible with existing infrastructure and technologies, which is very important. When there is a new product obtained, then there will be a need for newer infrastructure and technology, but here no newer infrastructure and technology is needed. It is compatible with the existing ones. Okay, next is, it is cheaper and more efficient, like we already saw, and then it is abundant and renewable in nature. These are all the advantages of white hydrogen. What is its potential and what are all the challenges does this white hydrogen have? First thing is, white hydrogen deposits have been identified worldwide, including in the regions like US, Eastern Europe, Russia, Australia, Oman, France and Mali. Okay, and of these places, some were discovered accidentally and others were found by actively searching for them. It is both ways. Okay, accidentally, when they are in search of some other thing, they will find white hydrogen, or else they will go in search of white hydrogen and find it. Okay, so there are two ways here. And then the potential global reserve could be in tens of billions of tons. Okay, there is a huge reserve, there might be a huge reserve far exceeding the current and predicted annual production rates, but all of these is not economically viable to extract because they may be difficult to extract here. So these are all the potential and challenges with respect to white hydrogen. Okay, so this is what